Hello guys, welcome back to New World. It's been out for a week, and I've been enjoying it just as much as I did in closed beta and open beta. Actually, even more, because now I know the stats we get to keep, everything we get to keep now. There's not going to be a wipe. There's not going to be, well, I hope there's not going to be a wipe or restart anytime soon. Shouldn't be, but it's been a week, and I've been playing the game, obviously, a lot. I've been enjoying it quite a bit, and as I was playing, I was just kind of wondering, I know what's going on my server. I know some of you did want to play on the server that I was going to be on, but of course, distance-wise, some of you are not in the area that I am, so the ping can be kind of bad. And when you're playing an MMO, open PvP world, that is not fun when you're lagging and doing all that kind of stuff. So I know a few of you are actually on my server, just so I can show you what's going on here. That's my company. I need to go to character. Yeah, we're on the North American East server at Atvatabar. I'm in the, I keep wanting to say guild. There's actually companies, you know, can't keep it the same in every game. We're in the, I'm in the Hero Garden company, and we actually do own a claim, or a hamlet right here. It's Everfall. Yeah, I still get sometimes the names. Just traveling everywhere, you forget what you own after a while, I suppose. Let me take you to the map to show you what's kind of going on here, and lately it's been changing quite a bit for the past 24, 48 hours. So the very first day, we were working on, our company was working on buying Windward, and I honestly, it could have been not more than a minute, and our guild company leader was going over to purchase Windward up at the fort. We were headed up there, and just as we were heading up there, boom, the Syndicate took it. So we traveled up here to Everfall, and took that, and then the Covenant came along, and I think they took Monarch's Bluff. Yeah, they took Monarch's Bluff. So actually, within the first 36 hours, every faction had a hamlet. And what we started to do with the money we were getting from our hamlet is we were actually working with other factions, well, not other factions, other companies in our faction, giving them some cash, and we started purchasing the middle of the map, as you can kind of see it. And within a couple days, we finally got together a PvP crew, and we came over and we attacked the fort. We got the fort, and then we started running PvP missions, and we got to a conflict with the Syndicate, and we went to war with them the next day. And I'm going to show that video here a little bit. Kind of show what it's like to attack. Maybe some of you haven't been in war and want to know what's going on if you haven't seen that video yet. But it's going to be a short one because, well, I'm not much of a PvPer, as you may know. I don't mind dabbling. I don't care if I lose, die, whatever. It's just part of the game. It's kind of, you know, to me it's kind of fun. But I'll talk a little bit more of that once we get into the war. And yeah, well, we did not win the first one. I'm not giving away much of a spoiler here. And of course, once the Syndicate won, well, as you know, in PvP world, if you lose a battle, yeah, the chat really went kind of wild for a day or two. And within about 24 hours, they came up and took control of our fort, did a lot of PvP missions. We got into conflict with them in Everfall. They went to war with us, and you can see the map is still green. It'll be kind of interesting to talk about that. And I'll show the one where we defended as well. I'll probably show a little bit more of that, and maybe even keep the comms on. If I do keep the comms on when I show that video, I'm going to bleep out a few things, obviously, because we don't try to use those words on this channel here. But maybe I'll just bleep them out or do something with them. But yeah, we still own that. And obviously enough, today when I was at work, I knew there was a war going on in Windward. The Covenant took over that and beat the Syndicate and wiped them on out. I know tomorrow we have a war in Brightwood with them. I think right now I'm just currently on standby because we really don't go over our group until maybe 2 hours or 3 hours before the war. Actually, should I be in this for? What time is it tomorrow going to be? It's going to be Tuesday and the 5th at 9. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll be home for that. So I'll keep myself in standby. I'll probably be, I'm usually in group 9. I do play with a bow and rapier, and when I do wars, the bow is my main thing. And I do a lot of AoE anti-heal stuff, which is poison and rain of arrows and that kind of stuff. But when it gets down to it, if I need to use a rapier, I go in there and, well, as the sword says, I try to. But I'm a little bit of a glass cannon. I do a lot of DPS. but I don't take it that well either. So it all depends on how the heals go. You know that world. If I beat you in the open world PvP world, when I battle you, it's going to be like, if it's 1-on-1, and we're at about the same level, it's going to be about 50-50. I'm either going to whittle you down really quick and kill you, or, yeah, like I said, if you get a couple quick hits on me really good, then I can't sustain too much there. So it's usually 50-50. We may even both go down at the same time. But yeah, I've just been kind of wondering what's been going on in your neck of the servers. As for what our factions are kind of doing now, I don't want to, it's going to be a little bit off here when I show you this, if I can scroll out here and show you. Yeah, the taxes, this is going to be, if you're in a company that doesn't own any land or a hamlet, yeah, I get major discounts just because we own it, so I get a major discount, and plus it's our faction. But we have all of our settings on low anyways, as do most of our companies that we're dealing with together. So you can see over here, I don't get as much of a discount, but I still get a bit of discount because it's the same faction. We got it all on low, and pretty much everyone, I think for the most part, has it. I don't think anyone has it on high, extremely high. I think there's a couple. I think the Covenant for one may have one to where... No, they lowered it. Maybe because now they own Windward, they're lowering it. Someone had it kind of high somewhere. It was bordering on high. Who was it? I don't remember. Oh, so yeah, the syndicate up here, they're on a moderate on most stuff, but they are kind of low on trading tax, which is nice. I don't know how many people are up here. Actually got on low here. But actually, running around today is kind of interesting. I've actually seen some people level 60 already. I thought I've been hammering it kind of hard, and I'm at level 38. But yeah, there's more than a handful of people on the server already at level 60. Apparently, they don't sleep. I have no idea what they're doing. So yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what's going on in your server. Are your companies working together in the same faction? Are you all working together? When you go to war, do you just try to, is your own company fighting wars? Have you been in wars? Just want to know how things are going. On my chat, by the way, I keep chat off to a minimum. Hopefully there's nothing on there because, yeah, maybe I should hide that just for a moment because I have no idea what's going on in the chat. But yeah, I keep most of the global chat off. I just make sure my faction, my company, and of course all the group stuff on chat. I don't watch that global stuff. It gets kind of toxic. But yeah, so we've had 2 wars. I've been in both of them. I plan on being in the one tomorrow. I should be in the one tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I probably need to do a little bit more leveling up. I would like to get to level 40. Just like I got some gear I can't quite use yet. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into the first war. Now the first war, like I said, that was us invading the fort, attacking the fort. I'll show how that goes and explain kind of what we were thinking and how we felt afterwards. And then we'll just dive right into the one where we had to defend our fort and how that went. I'll show you how it went. I will say this: our company, when we get into comms and get into the wars, when you have 50 people in comms, and our company has been very good, and our faction has been very good to where only the group leaders are talking. It's very calm, well, as calm as it can be during a PvP fight until you start really either winning really hard, and some people get excited. But everything was calm, clear, commands going out. But yeah, I'll try to keep some of that in there. Find some areas where there's not too many bad words. But let's dive right into, well, us attacking the fort in Windsward. So when you start a war, you get called into, if you're an attacker, you get called into the ammunition fort, I guess I'll call it, not the main fort that you're attacking. And if you're defending, you're spawning in your own fort. You can't leave the forts until the timer starts. And this timer starts, so you do have 30 minutes for the war. We all got to walk up to the gate and press E to get out. I'm in the back because I am part of the ranged crew, the musket and bow crew. Your tanks usually go out first, and then your heavy melees will go out next. And then it's usually your ranged and healers will go out last. Our plan was to send a small group to B and a large group to see what we could do. This was one of those wars where, or one of those situations where you go and you think, oh, I'm prepared for this. I'm all set. I'm ready to go. I found out as this battle went on, I learned a lot of things, and I found out I was not prepared. At least what I thought I was going to do. A couple of things I also learned here. I'm trying to do rain of arrows there, and I'm looking on the ground like, where the heck is my rain of arrows going? There's so much glowy stuff on the ground. It was kind of hard to see what was what. But we decided to push C, and we're not doing too bad on it. You can see I'm getting some hits there, here and there. It's kind of hard to see where you're aiming. I couldn't see where my arrows are going because this is a lot of, there's 100 people on the battleground, 50 for us, 50 for them, obviously. And you're just sitting there in the back. Well, at least I'm in the back doing some rain stuff. And I'm getting a rough idea, and I'm shooting kind of low there. There I am trying to do rain of arrows, and I couldn't quite see where the glow is on the ground. So here we are about 12 minutes in, and we've captured point C already. We're now working on B, and my other job as being ranged, I'm supposed to stay back here and protect our guns and our cannons and the people on them. And somehow this guy got back here, and the musketeers, spear fighters, and everyone's back here protecting our guns. And we kept them off us long enough to where we captured point B. So 12 minutes in, we got points B and C, which at the time we were like, wow, we're falling behind. We're not doing so well. We ended up capturing point A, and we decided to go now into we got to go inside the fort now. So we tried to the backside here, and this is where I can start to maybe do a little bit more damage because most of the syndicate obviously is going to try to stay at the door and block it. So rain of arrows, I can kind of get them, more of a group, and a poison arrow would do a little bit better. And now here we are near the end of the battle. We made it inside once, and we were getting some captured points on the flag. But then, people started dying, and of course, when you start losing numbers, you start losing everyone. And a minute and a half to go, we know this is our last push. And I found out in the first battle, I was extremely squishy. End stats for this game, I think I had 7 kills, I died 10 times, and I had like 95 assists, which has a lot to do with rain of arrows. But you can see I'm in the back, and I'm getting hit pretty darn hard here. But when you got 50 people actually inside the fort, and you all try to come through one small opening, it's pretty easy to get targeted. They just aim right for the door, and that's where you are. So yeah, we did not actually were able to capture the fort here in our first war. This was on the first Thursday of launch, so game's been live for 48 hours. Here we are 2 days later now, and the same group that we attacked is now, claimed and tried to attack our fort. Now, this is where I think I can do a little bit more damage. I'm a little bit more prepared. I got a little bit better equipment because I've leveled up, I think, maybe 5 levels. And yeah, my job here, basically, in the beginning of the battle is, now my job is, if I see guns and cannons in the background, my job is to take those out with my range. And because my rain of arrows is not going to reach as far as they are until they start getting to the capture points. But my main thing here with rain of arrows is when they finally actually start attacking the fort, when they get to the doors, yeah, I can do a lot of damage from on top. Just do rain of arrows, make them bleed, slow them down. Same thing with poison. Now they're walking way in the back road. They're going from A, and we think they're rotating over to C. So I'm going to head on over to there, I think. Yep, here I am now at C. There's a gun in the background, as you can see. I'm hitting the gun. I think it's a cannon, actually. That might be a cannon. And there goes the cannon. I wasn't the only one. It's not like I'm the only one taking that out. I think everyone was. So we're about 4 minutes in, and they're about the same stats as we were as our first attack. We didn't have anything in 4 minutes in either. But I'm up here with the musket crew, and of course I'm there with a bow. And I think, am I shooting another cannon, or I can't tell from this distance myself. But it's back there, and I'm shooting it. Every once in a while, I think I found out if I shoot a poison arrow at those, and I actually hit the cannon, I think the poison actually transfers over to the person sitting on it. I'm not too sure, but that's what it could be. Who knows? But the one thing I don't know, and I wasn't really paying attention, like I have one of my teammates in front of me, company members in front of me, I don't know if I'm actually able to shoot through them. I'm not too sure how that kind of goes there. But there I am. I'm still trying to take out the cannon way in the back. But you can see our tanks and healers have been doing an awesome job in the first 5 minutes. So far, so good. A couple of our musketeers actually got kind of brave in the first 5 minutes. I think they're already down there because every time they started capturing a point, our tanks and healers were yelling up, we're pushing them back, pushing them back. And now we're getting called out saying, okay, we're taking C. So you can see us muskets crew, and I think I'm actually the only bow person on the musket crew this battle here. But they're trying to take over the sea. And right now, with steel arrows... No, sorry, I'm using Azoth arrows. I'll explain that here in a second. But right now, I'm just trying to find a target in the back, which is kind of hard, because obviously they're all running around. So right now, I'm just shooting, because there's so many of them back there, and almost out of render range. Yeah, my render arrows is not going to quite reach that far. But yeah, I'm just sitting there just blindly shooting back there. And occasionally I'm getting some hits, as you can see. Not too bad, I guess. I don't know how far that actually is, but I mean, it's far, but it's not too far. With arrows, if you haven't played with a bow, I haven't played with a musket, but obviously the arrows do travel a little bit slower, and you got to get used to the drop and all that kind of stuff. But overall, not too bad, but we're almost 9 minutes into the battle, and still we've got all the capture points outside in our hands. So far, so good. As you battle, you'll get tokens. The upper hand corner, I think it shows 120 battles. I don't know how many I got here, but this is what I'm showing you. I'm going back to the war chest, what's it called here? And I'm siege utilities. I'm buying some Azoth arrows. They usually, I think these hit for 1.2 damage compared to steel arrows. And it might be same for rifle ammunition.
Big stun on this guy. Don't let this guy leave.
They're big on B.
Let's go. Big on B, big on B.
Yo, focus B.
Got a big group B. On our healers, on our healers. On our healers at B. Check the healers. Alright, rally and regroup at B. Let's go. On our healers. On our healers still.
There's a single guy in A.
Alright, we're good. Push B now.
There's just a single guy at A. Someone needs to take that single guy out.
Couple guys over there. Take some responsibility.
So as you can see, there was about 7 minutes left to go, and I finally got off the fort because I was getting tired of sitting in the back just trying to do long range. It's like, you know what? There's under 10 minutes to go. We still hold the capture points. And at this point, I can't have you listen to comms because the things were being said. They were saying, let's send a message. Let's not let them capture any points. And not at this point, you can see there's like 5.5 minutes left to go. We were actually saying, you know what? Let's not just make sure they don't capture any points. Let's push them right back to the fort. So right now, we're just trying to kill everyone that we can. Of course, every time they have to respawn pretty much now back at the fort. So we are trying to push them back as far as we can. Because obviously when they won the first battle, they were trash talking, and yeah, you can, if you win, you can do that. I think they were saying they're going to take our fort in like 15 minutes or so with the 30-minute battle. And here we are, 5 minutes to go. And looks like we actually end up doing a lot better than what they did in attacking the fort, because we got inside the fort. And as you can see, they're not going to capture any capture points on the outside. And yeah, you're going to see here pretty soon that eventually, yeah, we are actually going to push them all the way back to the fort. And then we were just spawn camping them. It's like, yeah, if you guys want to come out, come on out. And pretty much there were a few people like, okay, let's come on out. And they were coming out, but most of them were like, yeah, what's the point? So for the ones that came out, I applaud you for coming out, at least trying something. But when it's 50 versus like 5 that come out, it just isn't worth it. But as you can see, as a ranged person, my job is still to sit in the back, but eventually we're going to be hugging the door. And yeah, there isn't much point of showing that. But I can only show you my point of view to the attacking and defending. As for your tanks and healers, probably a little different point of view on how you would do it. I'm hoping I should be in a war later on. I think the first part of this video I recorded a couple days ago, but I'm actually going to be in a war later on tonight. So I'll probably record that, maybe. I don't know if I'll add it to this video or not. No, I need to get this video start uploading here soon, so that won't be part of this. But we'll see how that battle goes. But now that I got one on each side for attacking and defending, I got a little bit better perspective of what needs to be done. And of course, getting more weapon mastery on the bow and rapier definitely does help. I do like the rapier. When I finally got down off of the flipping fort and actually got into the battles, the rapier was pretty good. So just got to be careful of getting stunned all the time. But then again, they're getting stunned just as much as we are. And here we are spawn camping because that's the kind of crew that we're going to be today. And I give some of the syndicate some crew. They did message us after the battle. They gave us some GGs, but as in any PvP world, you do get some toxic players, and we will see. we will see how the battle goes on from here. As for the end of the battle, you can see, I'm going to show here, when the battle does come near the end, when it hits 0, you'll either say victory or defeat, depending on what you have. And it will show you some stats. I did not look at all my stats. This victory here, like I said in the beginning, I didn't have much to do. I just sat in the back and I was just pegging away. But I was actually kind of surprised. I actually finished, I think it was like 60th or something. What did I finish here? There's some rewards that you can kind of see at level 36. Now, like I said, I sat way in the back, so I wasn't getting much done here at all in the beginning. I'm just long ranging, taking out some guns, and fortunately for us, they never got to the fort, but they did. I probably could have done a lot more damage with my rain of arrows, but for like 10 minutes, I did nothing. And I still ended up 62nd out of 100, so I'm not going to say that's good, but I don't think it's that bad either. I didn't see how many kills or assists I had there, actually, to show you that, but that's what you'll see in the battles, and I think we did pretty darn good defending ourselves. So if you haven't been in a war and want to know what wars kind of look like, the attacking one I didn't show much because, yeah, in the middle I just died a lot, so it was a lot of me respawning, going in, and all that. But anyways, where am I loading back out of the screen here? Yeah, loading screen takes a while when you're going from battle to non-battle. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again at some point again here in New World. But until then, have a good one.